Hello, Rockoutloud. My name is Salvatore, and welcome back to another installment of this podcast we do. This one specifically covering students who performed in our last show at the Starland Ballroom. I'm here with Abigail. We're going to have to add clapping or something. Yes, how are you, Abigail?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing good. I'm doing really good. So we're going to start out with a few basic questions. What do you play? How long have you been playing for? Start with that.
Okay, so I play the electric guitar, and I started playing at the end of February, so about like 5 months.
Awesome. And who's your coach?
You.
It's me. I'm your coach. Yeah. So there's a lot to cover because I keep telling you this. You're one of my fastest progressing students, and it's because you take my advice. You practice religiously, which is great. So we're going to cover some of that, maybe the Starland Ballroom as well. Let's start by talking about, have you ever played a show before Starland?
No.
So this was your first ever show?
Yeah.
And how did it feel to walk up on a stage like the Starland for the first time?
I was shaking.
Shaking? Were you that nervous?
I was so nervous. My legs wouldn't stop shaking.
Yeah, it's definitely scary. How did you feel when you walked on the stage compared to when you walked off?
About the same.
It was the same?
Yeah.
And how do you feel you did?
I think I did pretty good. I only missed like 2 notes.
No, you did. You did incredible. And you took on a hard song. It was Any Way You Want It by Journey. It's got a tough strumming pattern. The chord switches could be a little finicky, but you did really well with it. And I think you learned that song, like what, the first month you were taking lessons?
Yeah, I think so.
It was about the first month. Talk about the process a little bit, playing the show, from start to finish.
Well, at first, I was kind of scared because it didn't sound like the song, and I couldn't play it along with the song. But then in the lessons, we started working on playing it along with the song, and it got like a lot easier.
Mm-hmm.
And the rehearsals with everyone were kind of scary because like I was scared of messing up and then like having to like restart the song.
Yeah.
Eventually, I got it good, and then it became less scary.
Right. And you got along with your bandmates and all that.
Yeah, everyone was so nice.
How many? You guys had a lot of people, right?
Yeah, we had
2 singers, right?
Yeah.
Keyboard player, drummer, bass player.
6 or 7.
Did you have 2 guitar players, or was it just you?
It was just me.
That's incredible. It takes a lot of courage to be able to get up on a stage like that for the first time. I mean, I think there was over 300 people in that crowd, and then to play a song like Any Way You Want It, it's scary, but you did it. Do you think that because you did this show, you can now play any show you want?
Sure.
Yeah. So of course, we do shows every year, multiple year. The next one's coming up, the Stone Pony. Is this something that you want to continue in the future?
Yeah.
Awesome. And it definitely calmed your nerves, right? I feel like calmed your nerves a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. One thing I would love to get into is how much you've progressed over the course of the 4 or 5 months you've been playing. What's the secret? How do you get so good in such a short amount of time?
I don't know. I just do all like the exercises, or not exercises, like I don't know, what do you call them?
So what do you think is the one thing that's consistent amongst your practice that has made you this good?
I don't know. I just practice it for like 15 minutes, a half hour every day.
Cool. And is the metronome has something to do with it?
A little bit now, but I didn't use it for the Any Way You Want It song at all.
Well, let's talk about what you're learning now, because it's a big one.
Sweet Child of Mine.
Sweet Child of Mine. So this is the first time you're taking on any kind of lead playing. You know, Any Way You Want It was chords. You were doing power chords. Now you're taking on a lead. The metronome. I'm going to keep going back to it. How has it helped? Do you think it's helped you?
Yes, definitely, because now I have like a goal.
Right. You kind of get that number.
Yeah.
That's super important. And yeah. So what's your future as a musician? Is this something that you want to continue on down the road? Maybe start a band of your own?
Maybe if I get good at it.
You are good at it. No, you're great. No, you're great. So if you did pursue this in the future, would you want to maybe a cover band? Would you want to write your own music?
I don't know. Maybe like a cover band seems fun because
Well, you have your cousin that plays, right?
Yeah.
Oh, two of your cousins play, right?
Yes.
Tyler and...
Tyler doesn't play as much, but Alexa's really good.
Yeah.
I saw the music video.
Oh, yes, because your cousin Alexa was in band camp. Yeah, that's great. So, I mean, you got another guitar player at your side if you wanted to...
I have a bassist and a drummer, too.
What?
Not at the same time, but like...
they play the same thing?
Yeah.
You got to work it out. I'd say grab her as a drummer.
Yeah.
Drummers, yeah. But yeah, so that's great. And yeah, you're progressing super fast. You're on the right path to becoming, something incredible. Do you have any plans on future shows here?
So my we were talking to Nicole about doing the Stone Pony in November.
Yep.
So I think I might try to do that.
Yeah, that would be great. I think the show needs somebody like you who can you become once you get to that point where you play really well, you become a backbone for the band, right? Because you're kind of leading the band in the right direction. And we always talk about that's the drummer's role, but when you're in a school filled with students who are learning, there's that one person that kind of leads the way, and you did that very well for the last show. I mean, you kept the rhythm going, you have great timing, and all that. So how has this changed you? This show, how has this changed you as a person?
Well, I guess I had to learn to work in a group of people, and I had to learn to play along with them, and I don't know.
Yeah, no, absolutely. What about in day-to-day life? How is doing something like this significant change your day-to-day life?
Well, I guess I just have something to show for all the hard work that I put into learning something.
Totally. Would you say it's made you more confident as a person?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Awesome. That's great. So again, you got the Starland Ballroom on your resume. So if you ever wanted to start something, you got a lot of credibility at this point, which is awesome. And we'd love to have you again for the Stone Pony show. The Stone Pony is an incredible venue. And one thing I think, one overall theme that I've been talking about with a lot of people who've done this show is how, you're standing in a spot where some of the most iconic musicians have stepped in. And, you're standing not too far away from where they were as well. And it's great to have that, to talk about, which is really, really awesome. There was one more question that I was asking. What was that one question? Oh my God, I'm forgetting what it was. Give me a second. I forgot
what did you tell people who wanted to?
Oh, that's the one. Yes. Another question, because there's probably going to be other students here that are watching the podcast who most likely want to do a show in the future, and they've never done one before. So what would you say to somebody who's looking to do a show, but maybe is a little hesitant?
Well, I started learning for the show a month after I started guitar, and I did not think I was ready, but Sal told me that I was progressing really fast and that I was really gonna do good. So it made me a little less nervous. So just try it and see what happens, because you'll do fine.
Yeah, totally. What would you say to somebody who feels like they're gonna walk up on the stage and freeze? Because that's a big thing for people.
Well, so I know for a fact that my parents had no idea what they were even listening to. So I say that about a lot of the parents that were there.
Yeah.
So if you mess up a few notes, I don't think anybody's really going to notice, besides the people who are really skilled in the instrument that you're playing.
Yeah.
And even still, you still got on that stage and tried your best.
Absolutely. So. Yeah, absolutely. And let's just say you're performing at this next upcoming show at the Stone Pony. What would you say is one thing you want to improve on as a musician and a performer when you go up on that stage next?
Be less shaky and try not to drop my pick, because I almost did that.
Yeah, that's definitely before we end, can you talk about your guitar? Because I think your guitar has a cool story.
So my dad 3D printed my guitar before I even started playing guitar, because I told him that my cousin was better at 3D printing than him. And
Tyler, right?
Yeah. And he made a very cool guitar. And it's
her whole guitar is 3D printed. Cool. The entire thing is 3D printed. It's really cool.
Out of wood or plastic?
No, it's it's got a plastic. It's a vinyl, right?
Yeah.
Or something like that. Her dad brought it in one time, and I wasn't teaching you yet. But your dad, I forgot why. Did you take lessons for anything else before this?
No, I had I think his name was Matt before I had him for 2 weeks or 3 weeks or something.
Yes, and I saw the guitar and I was so intrigued by it. And I was like, "What is that? What kind of guitar is this?" And he told me he 3D printed it.
Yeah.
Which is so cool. You also are taking up singing lessons.
I just started 2 weeks ago.
How's it going?
It's going. I like it. It's very fun. My next lesson is on Thursday right after.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I always tell guitar players, if you're going to take up anything else, take up vocals, because there's no better combo than vocals and guitar. If you're looking to make a career out of this in the future, there's no better combination. Is there anything else you want to tell the people at home watching?
I don't know. No.
All right. This has been Abigail. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you in the next one.